Two people book the exact same flight. Same plane, same seat, same day. One person pays $120, the other pays $640. They didn't fly business class, they didn't check extra bags, they bought the ticket at a different time. Here's the strange part. The airline isn't guessing. It knows almost exactly how much you're willing to pay before you even open the app. Today, we're going to break open one of the best kept pricing secrets in business. It's called yield management, and it quietly earns airlines billions of dollars a year. Once you understand it, you'll never look at a flight search the same way again. Think about the last time you booked a flight last minute. Maybe there was an emergency. Maybe a meeting got moved up. Maybe you just didn't plan ahead. Whatever the reason, you probably noticed something painful. The price was much higher than it should have been. Most people assume airlines are just being greedy. And sure, that's part of it. But the real story is more interesting than simple greed. It's a system built over decades designed to read your mind before you even land on the booking page. Here's the basic idea in plain English. An airline seat is what economists call a perishable product. That simply means once the plane takes off, an empty seat is gone forever. You can't store it. You can't sell it tomorrow. So airlines face a strange kind of pressure. They need to sell every seat for as much money as possible before the flight disappears. Now here's the interesting part. Not every passenger is the same. Some passengers are planning a vacation months in advance. They're flexible. They're comparing prices across 5 different airlines. If your price is too high, they'll simply choose someone else. Economists call this elastic demand, when a small price change causes a big change in buying behavior. Other passengers are completely different. A business traveler whose meeting got moved to tomorrow. A parent flying home because of a family emergency. These people don't have the luxury of shopping around. They need that seat today, no matter the price. This is called inelastic demand. Demand that barely changes even when the price rises sharply. So airlines built an entire system around one core question. How do we charge the flexible traveler less and charge the desperate traveler more on the exact same flight? That system has a name. It's called yield management, and it may be one of the most profitable ideas in modern business history. Here's where it gets strange. Airlines don't set one price for a flight. They set dozens of prices, sometimes hundreds, for the same seat. Each price sits inside something called a fare bucket. As cheaper buckets sell out, the airline automatically opens the next, more expensive bucket. Nobody manually changes the price. A computer system does it, often adjusting fares hundreds of times between the day a flight goes on sale and the day it departs. And here's the part that surprises most people. Airlines don't lower prices as the flight gets closer, hoping to fill empty seats. That's what people did decades ago, and what many still believe today. Modern airlines usually do the opposite. Prices tend to climb the closer you get to departure, because the system is betting that whoever is booking now, at the last minute, probably needs to fly and is willing to pay for it. Business travelers booking just a day or two before departure can pay 3 to 5 times more than a leisure traveler who booked the same seat 6 weeks earlier. That gap isn't random. It's the entire business model. This didn't start with computers. It started with one man at one airline in the middle of a business crisis. In the late 1970s, the United States deregulated its airline industry. Suddenly, airlines could set their own prices and fly wherever they wanted without government control. It sounds like freedom. For most legacy airlines, it felt like a war. A new, aggressive, low-cost airline called People Express entered the market with incredibly cheap fares. It grew fast. For a few years, it looked unstoppable. American Airlines, led by its president Robert Crandall, needed a way to fight back, without simply cutting every price and losing money on every seat. His solution became one of the most important ideas in business history. Sell a limited number of deeply discounted seats to attract price-sensitive customers while protecting the rest of the seats for travelers who would pay full price. He called it yield management. The results were staggering. Crandall claimed the system generated around $500 million in extra revenue every year. Independent analysis later credited it with roughly $1.4 billion in additional revenue over just 3 years. And People Express? The company that once looked unbeatable collapsed within a few years, unable to compete with a rival that suddenly understood pricing far better than they did. Its own CEO later admitted that everything was profitable, until American came at them with this new pricing strategy. That single moment changed an entire industry. Within a decade, yield management spread far beyond airlines, into hotels, car rentals, even concert tickets and ride-sharing apps. The next time an app shows you a surge price, you're seeing Robert Crandall's idea, updated for the smartphone era. Fast forward to now, and the story is entering a new chapter. In 2025, Delta Airlines confirmed it was expanding a system that uses artificial intelligence to help set ticket prices, moving from a small percentage of its fares to roughly 1/5 of its network by the end of the year. This set off a wave of concern in Washington. Several U.S. senators sent a public letter to Delta's CEO, worried the airline might eventually price tickets based on a customer's personal pain point, how desperate that specific person is to fly. Delta pushed back firmly, stating it has never used and does not plan to use pricing that targets individual customers using their personal data. The company said it's simply using AI to speed up the same demand-based pricing airlines have used for more than 30 years, and that every customer sees the same public fares. Whichever side turns out to be right, one thing is already clear. The system Robert Crandall built in the 1980s using early computers is now being handed to artificial intelligence, and the conversation about how much airlines really know about us is only getting louder. Here's why this matters beyond airplane tickets. Yield management teaches something important about how modern business actually works. Companies rarely charge one single price for one single reason. They study behavior, they study timing, they study how badly you need something and how many other options you realistically have. This is opportunity cost in action, on both sides. For the airline, an empty seat at takeoff is lost revenue forever, so filling every seat at some price matters. For you, the traveler, the real cost of a last-minute flight isn't just the ticket price. It's the value of not having planned ahead. Once you see this pattern in airline pricing, you start noticing it everywhere. Hotel rooms, ride-sharing apps, concert tickets, even the limited time offer on a website. Nearly all of it traces back to the same core idea Crandall pioneered decades ago. So the next time a flight looks painfully expensive at the last minute, remember this: the airline isn't punishing you. It's not personal. It's a 40-year-old pricing machine, simply doing exactly what it was built to do, separating the traveler who can wait from the traveler who can't. And now you know exactly which one the airline thinks you are.